I think we all know this feeling when it's getting warmer outside, we see people hanging out, having fun, enjoying their time, and we just don't have the energy to do that, or we just don't want to do the same things and all the others do, or we still haven't found the friend group that we would actually want to hang out with. And this is what we call FOMO. Hi, I'm Elisa, I'm a web designer and life coach. Today we'll talk about the two different types of FOMO, your mindset, and I'll give you a few methods and questions that you can use to deal with this challenge in your life. So let's start. So knowing myself and also talking to my clients and other people, I've realized that there are two different types of FOMO. So the first one is when you want to hang out with others, when you want to be outside, when you want to spend time at the lake or just go to a museum, whatever, but you actually don't have the right people to do that. Maybe you have a group of friends, but they're not like real friends, or you just don't have any friends at all. And the second type of FOMO is when you do have these people, but you somehow just don't feel like you want to do the same things that they want. Maybe they're real good friends, but somehow they love to party and you don't like it anymore. So these are two different situations, but still they cause the same fear of missing out. This uncomfortable feeling of pressure inside of you that you should be doing something else. But what actually happens when you feel FOMO? So there's one part of you that knows what it wants, and there's another part of you that feels like it should be doing something that it actually does not want. You might also feel like you just don't know what you want because you're so distant from your own needs that you can't see clear anymore. First, I want you to ask yourself, how do you normally react when you feel FOMO? Like, do you try to distract yourself? Do you go to the place anyway, although you don't want to? Do you just talk bad about yourself? You're like, oh, I'm such a loner, whatever. Like, what is your reaction when you notice that you're feeling FOMO? Take a moment to think about that. And then ask yourself, is that helping you? Like, is that helping with the issue of feeling FOMO? Normally when we feel such strong feelings that are super uncomfortable, we just try to ignore them, so we just suppress them. We do the thing that we actually know that we don't want to, just so that the feeling of FOMO disappears. Understanding FOMO is the first aspect in order to improve. Now the second one are a few questions that I want you to ask yourself when you're in such a situation. Maybe you want to grab something to write them down, because every time you experience FOMO, you can ask yourself those questions, and I promise they help you to feel more in peace and more accepting of the situation you're in. So the first one is, what do I wish for doing that specific thing? Like when you feel like you should go to the party, like what do you wish for? Especially talking about emotions. So how do you want to feel going there? Do you want to experience that you're part of the group? Do you want to experience fun? Do you want to experience joy? Whatever it is, what do you wish for? What do you want to experience? What are you expecting to experience doing that thing that you feel like you would miss out or you're missing out? The second question is, and you need to be very, very honest with yourself. Do I feel like I actually want to go, or do I feel like I would only go because if not, I would miss something? So this second question is very helpful to understand if you're really experiencing FOMO, or maybe you want to go to that place, but you're just afraid because there are new people, it's a new situation. So FOMO might not always be actually FOMO. Sometimes you might just be afraid to be in a new situation. So this question is very good to identify that. So I want you to be really, really honest with yourself when asking yourself that question. The question is, do I feel like I really want to go there? Or do I feel like I would only go there to not miss something because I have an expectation of what's going to happen and I feel like I shouldn't miss it? So write that question down. For me, the second question always blows my mind. Like, a lot of the times I think like, I should go to the event, and then I ask myself that question, like, do I actually want to go, or do I just feel like I would miss something not going? Like, maybe there's my dream client, maybe there's whatever happening. Maybe I would have such a fun night. And actually, most of the times, I'm like, no, actually I don't have energy for that. I just want to go home and have a relaxed night all by myself. So make sure that it's really FOMO and not just your fear to step out of your comfort zone. Because if it's just your fear to step out of your comfort zone, you gotta get through it. You better go to that event. You better go hang out with those people. Because you really want it. You're just afraid. Go through it. So let's come to the third question. Remember what you answered in the first one. What are you expecting going to that event, for example? Let's say you have said, I really want to just enjoy that night and feel like I'm in the present moment. So if the answer to the second question was now, I don't feel like I want to go there, how can you give that emotion, that feeling that you're craving, how can you give it to yourself, doing what you actually want to do? I'm gonna give you an example. So if your answer in the first question was, I just want to enjoy my night, now your answer in the second question was, yeah, I actually don't feel like I want to go to that event, I just want to have a slow night at home, then the consequence now is, okay, how can you give this enjoyment, this joy to yourself tonight, being home? Maybe you could do a little self-care. Maybe you want to clean the apartment. Maybe you want to cook something nice. Maybe you want to work. Whatever it is that you want to do to feel joy, do it. Give that space. And the last tool or method I want to give with you is the why method. So you just ask one question, which is why. This could look like, how am I feeling? I feel like I'm missing something out when I don't go there. Why? Because I feel like I wouldn't be part of the group if I don't go there. Why? And then you go so on and on. I mean, it could be something like, I'm just afraid to lose my friends and that they're gonna have fun without me. Why? Yeah, maybe because I've lost friends like that in the past. Why? And you just keep on going, asking the question why. Why? To go to the root cause of your feeling. Like, why is it an issue to you not to go to a place when you don't want to? Because for other people, there wouldn't be a problem. They would just be like, yeah, I don't want to go there. But for you, and I also know that from my life, and there are many people out there who feel like us, we are just maybe overthinking it a bit. And that's how it is, and we need the right ways to deal with it. So this method is to really just get to the root. And when you're at the root, you can be very proud of yourself and try not to overthink what comes out with that question. So let's sum up everything. First, there are two types of FOMO. The one when you actually want to do something, but you don't have the right people to do it, or you're afraid to do it. And the second one, when you have the right people to do it, but you just don't feel like doing it, because it's just not so much in your interests. Then we have the 3 questions and the why method. So the 3 questions were, what do I wish for doing that thing? Like, what do I want to feel? What do I want to experience? The second question was, do I actually feel like I want to do that? Or is it just so that I don't miss something? Maybe you're just afraid, or maybe you actually don't want to go. And the third question was, how can I give that to myself? How can I give that feeling, that experience that I want to have to myself, doing what I actually want to do? And the method was to keep asking yourself why, until you get to the root cause of the issue. So really try these questions out. I hope you wrote them down. If not, do that now and repeat them in your mind when you're in those situations. I would be really happy if you subscribe to this new channel and if you leave a comment on which was your favorite tip or question or insight or learning. I have also filmed a meditation for FOMO on my meditation channel, So make sure to check that out. It really helps in situations of FOMO when you're directly in the situation. Just do it, and I promise you're gonna feel better afterwards. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Time for coffee. Okay, ciao.